Welcome to Whiteboard Wednesday. I am your host, Judge Graham, and I got my main man, Philip, on the camera behind me. Hey. All right, so today's topic is creating urgency. Before I get into it, please, if you like the content, comment below, hit the like button, share it. Please, it means the world to me. Thank you. All right, so how to create urgency and why creating urgency is important. Okay, nothing is real until you have a date on it. And what I mean by when you put a date on something, it creates urgency. How many times have you been in a meeting or brainstorming and you have an idea and it's always, oh, well, someday it would be great to do this, or, we really have to get this on the books, and, we really need to create this new piece of technology. We really need to do this project, and you just talk, and nothing happens. But if you sit down and say, we need to create this piece of technology, and we need it in 2 weeks on February 12th, 2019, or whatever the date is, it now has become real. Do you see the difference there? When you put a date, it forces it psychologically. Now it's tangible. There's something real that now you can create urgency against. So anything you do, I encourage you, whatever you're doing in your job, in your life, or whatever, you want something, you have to associate a date with it, or it's never, ever going to be real. Okay? So nothing is real until you have a date, and by putting that date, it creates healthy urgency. 2, if something takes 3 weeks, you have to find a way to get it done in 1. Okay, and a lot of you may be looking at me going, this guy's crazy, you could be haphazardly. I'm not suggesting being haphazard, but I'm suggesting a aggressive, thoughtful push. Okay, so whatever that is, you have to figure out how to create urgency to compress time, because it's a game changer. So if you're doing something and your team says it takes 3 weeks, you need to challenge them and really understand why they're saying it takes 3 weeks. And I can promise you a lot of the reasons is because of Susie's schedule or Billy's schedule, or typically Steve wants a week to do this or that. And what you're going to find is there's a lot of opportunity to optimize that and to compress time. Okay, so start challenging your teams. Listen, the quicker you compress time, the more money you're going to make, and you do that by creating urgency. So the next time you're in any meeting and somebody says, or a partner that you're working with, or you're an internal project, and they say it's 3 weeks, go, let's challenge that. Let's look it out and map it out, and I'm going to get it down to a week. I promise you it's possible. Do this in your business. It will change your revenue. Okay? So challenge your team on any dates, back into understanding how they got to those dates, and optimize and compress time. Step 3. Listen, urgency is a good thing. It creates momentum. It creates creativity and teamwork. I promise you, every time I've worked with a team and I've put a hard date on it and I've pushed them, right, I've made it real, it's forced them to come together. The creative juices, they're like, oh my God, we have to get this done. There's something real against this. And it forces people to come together, to work together as a team. In the mind, something, kicks off and sparks in the mind, and ideas start flowing, and shit starts happening faster, quicker, and typically better, right? So that urgency forces you to become creative, and it forces you to start working with your team. Philip, making sense? Tracking?
Yeah.
All right. Step 4. People love the feeling of accomplishment. People like to win. They like the feeling. They like working in an organization that wins. They like working in an organization that always isn't, oh, we started that project, we never finished it. Or we've been working on this project for 6 months. Listen, when you create urgency, you're freaking knocking stuff out. You're getting things done, and people love that. It gives them purpose. It gives them meaning. It gives them a sense of accomplishment. It creates momentum. Okay, think about this really hard. Right now, in your organization, how many lingering projects do you have that have taken 4 times longer than you thought? How many things that you always had ideas that you never executed? Imagine if you did this. Imagine if you created urgency, how your organization would be different. Imagine how your team would feel, right? This is a healthy thing. Anybody watching this right now going, well, I don't want to push my team or whatever, well, then continue to be satisfied where you're at, right? You need to create urgency to scale. It is critical, it is healthy, and it is profitable. All right, so the steps here. Nothing's real until you put a date on it. I encourage that. Start it today. Next thing you have, make it real, put a date. Challenge your team. If they tell you it takes 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever, understand how do you compress and optimize time. You can do it faster, I promise you. Urgency creates this natural, euphoric, creativity endorphins and the ability to want to work with your teammates. And then people love the feeling of winning and accomplishment. If you enjoyed this content, please comment, share, and as always, make it happen.